On this episode, I meet up with Ali of Dungeon Fables and Lady Emma. We talked about podcasting, Battle of Azeroth, old gods, Wrathion, played some trivia, and more. Let's start the Gnome Train.
Welcome to Frazzlecast, a podcast by a Blizzard fan gnome about World of Warcraft and geeky stuff. I promise you, they do talk about the World of Warcraft. They just go off the rails sometimes.
Hello, Internet. It is Frazley the Awesome Gnome. Each week, I am joined by awesome people from Azeroth and beyond. This is episode 70, Frazley, the Old God of Facepalms. Get ready to facepalm, and let's use my customized ultra-safe transporter to head on over to meet up with this week's guests. So I am live from the Damp Lake Tavern, as the Smug Harbor Inn was closed for a party. They looked like they had a lot of alcoholic drinks and such. Someone was absolutely getting married or bar mitzvahed or divorced or something. So we thankfully found this tavern, and thankfully they serve pumpkin spice drinks here. The pumpkin spice pumpkin ale is delicious.
I'll pass.
I will drink all the ale, just all of it.
Here you go.
I'll drink all the ciders and sours that don't have pumpkin in it.
Oh, pumpkin's great. I had pumpkin spice yesterday, and I learned if you add a little bit of pumpkin syrup to your coffee and then add a little bit of hazelnut, oh, it is delicious. But yeah, tonight we have our dungeon delving rogue Ali and our bacon hating but craving bacon warlock Lady Emma.
Hello, everyone. And to understand the bacon thing, you should have come to the pre-show.
With that, Epic Insanity, what time is it?
It's time to go around the table.
Great idea. So what have you been up to recently?
Lots of WoW, as adulting and stuff lets me. I'm going to be raiding with my priestess expansion instead of my blood DKs. Gearing her up, gearing up guildies, gearing up more guildies.
Nice.
But I'm high enough that I started being able to do island expeditions on heroic. Normal's a good base level for everyone to get a chance to experience it. But heroic, it kind of kicks it up a notch, which was really fun. The expansion's amazing. I still haven't finished Drustvar.
Oh, it's amazing there.
We leveled with war mode on and, with my husband. And so we leveled quickly. So Drustvar is amazing. The whole thing's amazing. Like, if you just stop and look, like, I spent a couple minutes watching a brontosaurus walk because he looked amazing. I don't know their exact name, but just the detail of the art and everything, it was really good. It's been awesome and great. I found a picture in Drustvar in a house where if you go, and someone may have mentioned this somewhere, but if you go like right up to the picture, like you're with your character, and then move your camera around, just rotate it from right to left, the eyes on the picture follows your camera.
Ooh!
At first, like, my husband told me and I didn't believe him, and so I put my tune like right against it, and sure enough, like, it just creepy as hell, just back and forth, and it was creepy and awesome, and this expansion is amazing, and I love it.
Drustvar, I just finished that one, and the ending of it, amazing. Have you run the dungeon for that zone yet?
Of course I've run the dungeon. It's me. Come on.
Isn't that amazing? That the Waycrest Manor, I mean...
It's really good.
It reminded me of Hawk Manor from Final Fantasy XIV, but I also got a Haunted Mansion vibe. Like, going down the one stair, and you see the windows with, like, the lightning and stuff like that, and it's just like, wow. Now, I'm having an issue where, like, my brightness is dark on my monitor. I don't know what's going on, so when I'm playing WoW, I'm like, I have to get used to where things are.
Well, in that dungeon, they changed, I don't know if it's every week or just at random, but it changes what order the doors open in.
Ooh.
You have to kind of figure that out, too. So, I mean, it's all the same bosses and stuff, but sometimes the order you do them in is going to be a little different.
Kind of like the arc way. I like that mechanic because it makes it feel different.
Yeah, which is pretty cool.
On the expeditions, is it just the difficulty that changes, or does the AI get tougher?
The AI gets tougher. It's smarter. Like, for example, in normal, if you come up against the horde, you can just take them out and it's fine. On AI, if you don't kill that healer of theirs first, it's stupid and you're going to be there for a while. And you have to be a little more strategic, because if you don't, you're going to get behind and collecting the Azeroth and you're going to lose. But it doesn't feel like too much of a ramp up. Like if you have the gear to do heroic, it's challenging, but it's still doable and fun. So I'm excited to see what Mythic's like. Hopefully next week, maybe?
When I know they've been putting DeepMind into StarCraft, and it would be interesting to see if at some point with the Island Expeditions, they start adding Google's DeepMind AI, and then Google, who knows all the stuff that we do, is like, I know all your weaknesses. That's really cool. And Lady Emma, what have you been doing?
Real life. It really kind of bites. So I haven't been able to play at all since, I think last time I played was last week, Wednesday.
Wow.
Yeah. I know I've logged in for a split second, but not actually play. Real life has really been kicking my butt this expansion. And it still is. I'm like looking at my schedule and I'm like, tomorrow I have my niece and nephew. And then after that is my boyfriend's sister's birthday party and busy. And then I think next weekend I have a wedding to go to and that's out of town. It's just like a nonstop busy. I'm really missing World of Warcraft. I was hoping to be max level, but I did get further than last time I talked.
Since we talked, they've already released another expansion. So the Rise of Gnomergon came out. So it's amazing.
Oh, that's what happened. Well, I did finish Storm Song Valley and I got to 116, almost 117.
Nice.
Getting there.
Yeah, and that's just doing one whole thing while I'm rested. And I'm mostly finished Tigard Sound.
I'm still working on the story of that one, but I'm loving that zone. I just got to Freehold tonight. That place is amazing.
That's my favorite dungeon.
Yeah, I haven't gone that far into it yet, I guess, because I've done the little island down below. It looks like I've done all the quests there except for one little area, but I haven't done above this little city thingy.
I might not be in Freehold, but I got to the bottom of the zone because I got world quests and I was looking around and I thought I was in Freehold, but at least I was in a pirate area. There's like a lot of like roofs and stuff like that.
Yeah, there's just so many quests and I need more time. I need more time.
I know the feeling. It's like trying to get everything in. It's like everything keeps happening. And yeah, glad to hear the life's better, but still busy.
Yeah, there was huge family emergency this week, and that's why I haven't been home. I haven't done anything. Basically, go to work, come home, drop stuff off, and then out the door, and then I might be home at 11 o'clock at night, and it's bed and rinse and repeat.
I've definitely had weeks like that.
Yeah, but it looks like it might be getting better, so that's good.
Absolutely, especially with the raid launching up soon.
But I did find a YouTube video that I'm so wanting to try when I have time. So there is a group that data mines like World of Warcraft secrets and all that. And they found these like clues where there's certain items that you click on and you click them in a certain order. And the item basically gives you a script with an anagram. And that anagram, once you mix it all up, it will be whatever the next item is called. And you have to go find it. Apparently it takes forever. And the reward in the end is a time belt.
Yeah.
Like it's a belt with a clock.
It's called the waste of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to do that. So I need to find time that I can waste so I can get the waste of time.
That is one of the best puns in the game. And yeah, that's the Bale's Secret Pet YouTube video. I saw that too. I just haven't gone through and done it yet. That looks amazing. And Jeremy Fiesel said that there are more secrets still to come. The only downside, the Hive Mind mount was a placeholder and will not be in.
I'm so bummed about that. I was really looking forward to it.
Me too. I mean, that thing looked amazing. Now, maybe it's something better with what we got last Friday. Maybe there was a better mount. So I reworked Twitch today. I saw a post from OBS that they released some cool new stuff. And they redid some of how you do the browsers. Like we do the webcam through Chrome. I was like, wow, they actually put Chrome inside of OBS. So I redid that and kind of messed with some stuff. I got fancy little like text files that I can update with like the guest name, or I can update the episode number, or when the show starts, I can put in puns and it'll sync over to OBS. So I was just playing around with that. And Twitch has a new Jiffy extension. So I haven't seen it happen a lot on Twitch, and I still haven't figured out how it all works, but apparently you can click on the video while it's playing and do like GIFs and stuff like that. So it looks really cool. So cue up your electric slide GIFs now. I can do the electric slide and the Cuban shuffle. I released a Cuban shuffle video on Discord.
That took skill. I probably would have dropped the phone.
It was weird looking at I'm looking at the camera, trying to keep my face at least not just like the deadpan. I'm trying to see what I'm doing on camera. I tried doing the electric slide on my iPad, but I didn't have enough room, so I was going to work on that today, but then I got sidetracked by Twitch stuff. Had a great showcase. It was a lot of fun. Podcasting has really boosted my confidence, so it was a lot less nerve-wracking, and my dance partners did amazing. So I've got some videos on my Facebook page, and I got the 1 gallon blood donation badge. So the Red Cross has a really cool app in the United States where you can track where your donations go, and they even tell you when it's in testing. And since I signed up with the app, I've donated 1 gallon of blood. So it was actually pretty cool. I almost donated platelets today. Then I saw it needed 3 hours. I was like, okay, I got to figure out a time when I can do platelets. Because I was actually reading about platelets. It's kind of amazing for like blood clotting. If they need things, the platelets have to be used within 5 days. And you can donate every 7 days. The Red Cross has information. I don't want to give any medical advice. It's kind of cool. Like they let you watch a movie, read books while you're doing it. So again, I almost did it if I had a little bit more time today. And that would have been a good time for me to watch Disenchantment. I just started watching that. Ed and Scoon were talking about on Slacker Studio. I didn't know it was out.
I think I've watched 4 episodes. Once again, my life has made me not watch anything lately.
I'm up to episode 3, so I just got through with it. I love where it goes. I love how there's a storyline, but it's still each episode's kind of standalone. I like that. And Mark Mothersbaugh wrote the music. I'm sold on that. Rugrats, anything with Mark Mothersbaugh is an instant hit in my opinion.
It's such a good show. I just finished the season a couple days ago. I thought it would be good. I was excited, and it's really good. I like it a lot.
The one tip I remember, I think Scoon said, is when you watch it, don't think of Simpsons or Futurama. And I was like, okay, it's its own thing because it can't stand compared to the other two, and they're all different.
I just have problems of trying, that character really looks like this character.
Oh, yeah.
I can't look past it.
Elfo looks like Bart.
Totally, 100%.
Elfo actually has a better personality than Bart Simpson.
Oh, yeah, it does.
I don't love The Simpsons. I like some of the humor and jokes and different things. Like, I say, don't!
Or how The Simpsons predict the kind of the future.
Matt Groening's a time traveler.
Oh, yeah, completely.
Because actually Matt Groening knows how all of the series are going to end.
And then real life events happen exactly what it does in the show.
Absolutely. The same way how we predicted Murlocs will be an allied race soon. It was Zorks. Zorks predicted that, I think.
Oh, I thought we were getting rid of gnomes and getting Murlocs. The Murlocs eat the gnomes, and then the Murlocs joined the ally race because they felt bad for eating the gnomes.
And they gained intelligence from the intelligent gnomes. I get it. Okay, that works.
We're talking about crossbreeding now?
Frazzlecast does not endorse crossbreeding. And I dinged 120 on Fraz, so XP bar is now gone till the Rise of Gnomerecon expansion. I'm so excited when it appeared, and then it's gone again. But now it's time to work on the rep, because Pathfinder Part 1 is on the way.
Speaking of, trying to grind rep, don't forget to do it during Dark Moon Fair or any other big holiday events, because there's always a rep buff bonus.
And you get to ride the carousel. Yes!
I like that carousel. And don't forget the Dark Moon hat.
Oh, I keep forgetting about the Dark Moon hat. I'm saving up for some of the stuff in the Dark Moon Fair, so I'm always afraid to spend my Dark Moon tickets, because I want that toy!
Play all the games, you usually can get a hat from that.
Oh, or you can just have the book with you and get the quest or whatever, and have the book with you so you get the random stuff in the dungeons. Each of those is 10 tickets. That's what I do. So I get all my hats. I get 4 hats from that, and then save my actual tickets from playing games for stuff.
Smart. I like that, because I have 4 or 5 of those. Nice.
I have a guild bank full of them. I keep meaning to use them and I forget.
So I'm trying to look back in the archives of when we had you on last. 61. You had just started Dungeon Fables around that time, episode 3 or 4?
Yeah, that sounds about right. And with every episode, I'm gaining confidence and learning how to streamline and having more fun with it. I'm enjoying it far more than I ever thought I would. I love it.
I can really feel you're getting into the groove.
Yeah, and it's great because with each episode, I'm gaining more confidence. So I'm being a little more myself. I'm not just reading from this script that I wrote and ad-libbing a little bit. Like this last episode, I tried to add even more and be a little more of my personality in there, which felt really good and I felt good about. So I think that just as it goes on and, I gain that confidence and skill more, it's just going to happen more. And I've got a couple cool things planned coming up soon, and it's going to be great.
Since you've started the podcast, you've gotten to be able to guest on a few different shows. How's that experience been?
It's completely different. It's not a solo show. I don't have my script right here. It's just me hoping that the words come out of my mouth properly and just doing it live, which is still scary. But I think with every time I guest on a show, it's becoming a little easier. I'm actually an introvert. I do my best to turn it on for podcasting and stuff, but I'm still really an introvert, and this stuff is scary. And I have like mild anxiety attacks before I guest. Every time it gets easier and I feel more comfortable, and it's been really great because I've gotten to know a lot of people, and the podcasting community is pretty awesome, and I'm really enjoying it.
I just went to a meetup, and the speaker there was presenting, and they were told when they were born that they would never be able to speak. Now they're running a podcast. They're running the presentation, and it's interesting. Podcasting brings out a lot of people who are introverts. I've been listening to like some of the podcasters and their story, and a lot of them started with things like I battle my stutter. I mean, it's amazing the skill that it is. Because in a way, we're behind a microphone, so it's a little easier than if I'm talking to somebody face to face.
That's true.
And we all know I have a speech impediment and can't read names to save my life. And when you were mentioning about the person who was told they couldn't probably never speak, my mom was told the same thing with me. And I had a speech therapist growing up.
And that was one thing I wish I had a speech therapist. But then I realized this is like speech therapy. Whenever I edit, I'm like, why do I say that, Frazley? Why do I repeat myself? Or why do I repeat that word or fumble over that word?
Well, it's been good for me because when I get excited, I tend to start speaking very quickly, and then I start rambling on. I'm pretty good with not doing the ums and the ahs for the most part. I'm getting better at thinking and like consciously slowing myself down and voicing things properly. There are still some names like, and wow, it's a lot of crazy names.
Yes.
There's tons of names.
I can't pronounce them all very well.
Agamagon.
I have many bad words for Agamagon that you probably don't want me to say on your show.
Yeah.
And I have an adult beverage next to me, so you probably really don't want me to let loose. There's some names that I just, for the life of me, I've repeated 5 million times, and then I hit record again, and then I get it wrong again. So it's definitely good because it's taught me to enunciate a little better and slow down. A lot of life lessons learned through podcasts, really.
Yeah. I was talking with my dad because my dad would get frustrated when I would not end my sentences, and I would just, and he always would get frustrated when I would like, he was like, hey, finish your sentence. I'm like, okay. And I've had to learn that. And I learned in editing, it's great when I have silence in my speech. I can cut that out. However long my silence is, I don't need to add ahs, but it takes that skill.
I'm glad you started editing.
Me too. Me too. I had somebody on Guild Chat recently say, thank you for being more focused. I said, you're welcome. I said, thank you for noticing. Because it takes a little bit of time every weekend. I'm more pleased with the final result. And I'm more proud of what I release when it's a good product.
It's a creative outlet, and it's a passion. And if it's going to be polished and done well, like, you have to be willing to put the time into it.
Yeah.
And that's not for everyone. Some people choose to just do it live and they're happy with it, and that's awesome because everyone's different. I know for me, if I don't spend that time editing and taking care of a couple of things, like, I personally am not happy with it. And I wish I wasn't as particular with editing out every single little breath, but it's a good thing my show is small, so it doesn't take as long.
Yeah. And there are great plugins. If you ever, when you get like Isotope makes breath plugins like Nectar and stuff like that, they're more costly, but if you wait till the holiday season, they have a sale almost every single month, it seems like. So I'm waiting out for RX6 Advanced because it has like a dialogue denoiser. But yeah, it's that fun stuff that you learn. A lot of great lessons. And I would say the ones who can record and then release it with no issues, they have an amazing skill. I admire them.
It's so good. I don't enjoy them any less.
Yeah.
They're doing them, and that's what you should do when you're podcasting. So it's awesome. My playtime wishes I could do that.
Mine too.
And as I get better, hopefully that time will get a little better too. But for now, like, it is what it is, and that's why you have to be passionate about it.
Absolutely. It's the only way to get to episode 70. It makes me appreciate WoW better. it sounds like from what I've heard in your interviews, you appreciate WoW better and you appreciate dungeons better.
Yeah, like not only, I mean, some of the stories you know, basically, but there were too many times that I was like, I wonder if I was just lazy and put a random crab in there. So we actually find out that crab's there for a reason because it's some like main boss's pet or something. Even just that little detail, it's fun. And when they do those connections between the old version versus the new version, it's like a little love note to players who played the original version, and it's really cool.
Yeah. Because, like, that's one of the things people say is the lore isn't in the game and stuff like that. But then I ask them, hey, do you read the quest text or do you skip through it? And they're like, oh, they skip through it. I'm like, see? Yeah. You mentioned it earlier in the show notes about taking time to smell the roses. Enjoy the ride.
Yeah, like, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I min-max and I raid, more casual raid, but like I raid, like all that, I guild lead. But they have put so much detail into this game that if you really take time to appreciate that detail, you end up appreciating the game a lot more.
Absolutely. I remember one you said, like, this quill board that was dead was from the earlier dungeon. I was like, I've seen that quill board.
Yeah, there were things that I didn't even notice until I actually like went and, you know, read my notes and worked on my show notes and then ran the dungeon current day. You see those details yourself and you're like, I never took the time to slow down and look at that because I was too busy seeing what loot I got. I've learned a lot. And I'm only 12 episodes in, working on 13.
And what I hope is that someday one of those dungeon designers listens to your show and they're like, somebody got it. I put all this time. Because think about the modeling of that one quill bore. That probably wasn't an easy job to decay a model, to add all this detail.
Maybe. I mean, it's definitely a very unique podcast. I don't think anyone's really doing dungeon stories.
No.
I mean, there's plenty of amazing lore, and I am not a lore master at all. You never know. It's like my little love note to the people who dungeon. It's like, thank you for these dungeons. They're awesome. And here's why I love them.
So yeah, definitely check out Dungeon Fables. So week 3 of Battle for Azeroth, a lot of us have gotten to 120. I just barely made to 120, and I'm now getting into all this stuff. We have the Deer Raid coming out, the Titan Lab. That's going to be fun. I'm sad that LFR is a week afterwards, because that's where I'm going to be in first time, once I geared up for it. But I'll get to see all the stuff happening, and we'll get to hear about where the stuff's going, and Mechanomes.
Yeah, my raid team is all paired and all that, and I'm just like, I'm close to, level. Not geared at all, but I'm close to level.
The important thing, though, is are you having fun with it, Emma?
I am. My raid team has been awesome. They keep on saying, hey, we'll speed you up. And I'm like, no, I'm taking my time because I actually want to enjoy the story. I might start the raid a little bit later than everyone, but let me enjoy. And they're pretty cool with that. But if I wanted to speed level, they would totally say, hey, yeah, we're going to speed level you.
And some people did. Like, their first character, they speed level just so they could get ready for the raid. And then their second character, then they're going to slow down and read the text. And that's fine, too.
I tried doing that, but I can't because I've already technically done it, so I kind of know what's going on. I have to enjoy it the first time, and then the second time, it's like, whatever, burn through.
I think I'm with you on that, too. I intend to do a lot of things, but then do I ever get around to doing them? Like, I realize now, at least for right now, my dream of running a horde characters up to 120 has to be put on the sidelines, because there's a lot of stuff I got to get done right now.
I really want to, and every time I think that I'm going to go do that, I realize I need to work on my gear a little more, or being the guild leader, like I have some guildies who need some help and I'm a healer. I also need to start leveling my tank for them. So it's just, there's so much to do, which is awesome and horrible all at the same time.
When they just unveiled the Dark Iron Dwarves and, am I going to get this right, Frazley?
Malik or Mal something?
Maghar.
There you go. Good job.
I was like, I edited the trivia. I heard Sash saying it multiple times. I should know Maghar.
I know it's Mal something.
Maleficent. Because Disney bought WoW. No, Disney don't buy WoW.
Disney's going to buy Blizzard Entertainment. And they're going to do what they did with Fox. And it's like, yeah, you can do whatever you want. We just wanted to own you.
And then they're going to put it on their own service the same way. I know both of you have watched Nickelodeon as younger people.
And still do?
Good. Me too. I still watch Nickelodeon. Did you see that Nickelodeon has put a ton of their series onto a streaming service, VRV?
I've heard something about it. It's
like I have no extra time. I'm stretched on the extra expenses. I don't want to spend 5 or 10. I was confused on that for this service, but it's like it has all that. Are you Afraid of the Dark? And you mentioned, Ali, that it has the Legend of the Hidden Temple. Nickelodeon, why?
I'm not surprised, though. Everyone's doing that. Everyone's creating their own streaming service and charging for it. But you're right. Like, there's only so many streaming services we can pay for because there's only so many hours in a day to justify that money.
I live in Canada, and we kind of get gypped on a lot of these services, so we don't get a fraction of what you guys get.
Yeah, but you get some good stuff on Netflix that I want.
Yeah, like Better Call Saul.
True.
You have the latest season.
Okay, we get a few things like that, but I know I wanted to watch Arrow on Netflix, and I couldn't watch it because, well, we don't have it on the Canadian Netflix.
Right.
I'll enjoy what I have.
And at some point, I think we're going to have a bubble of streaming services, and they're going to be like, Like, I recently heard HBO's in trouble. Someone was saying that HBO, it's either they're in trouble financially or they're not making AT&T the money that AT&T wants because they just bought Time Warner.
Because I know, like, for example, when I watch Westworld and Game of Thrones, and I know when those shows are up, they probably are making more money. Because those are some big name shows. They have a lot of other great shows and stuff. But again, because so many streaming services, a lot of people just cancel. And then when those shows come out for that small season, re-up it and then cancel again.
Yeah.
Or what some people do is, because I think Amazon or other services, if you don't want, the cable, is you just buy it like 2 days later and watch the episode.
Or the wait till the season's over, get the free monthly offer, binge, and then not even pay for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So BFA, we're still having fun.
Yeah, I'm still enjoying it.
Like, I can't wait to level again. Like, I want to gear up and do all that, but I'm looking forward to when I have a little downtime. Like, we have a lovely 3-day weekend coming up. So I'm looking forward to gearing up and maybe start to level
I
again,
have tomorrow off, and my niece and nephew aren't going to be here until noon. I probably should be cleaning, but I might.
You should probably just get to 120.
Yeah, because then with 120, you can be questing, but you can then also do the world quest.
Maybe I can teach my nephew how to fish.
Ooh, there you go.
My boyfriend's now shaking his finger at me like, don't you dare.
Oh, you should totally do that.
He's 6. He should be able to figure it out.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Kids younger are getting technology.
Well, when he was like a year old, he taught me a couple things on my iPad that I didn't even know I could do. Mind you, he did it by accident, but it taught me new things.
It's insane how fast kids learn all this.
So I'm curious to know what you guys think about the amount of side quests. Some people love it. Some people are annoyed by it. I'm kind of curious to see what you guys think.
I kind of like it because to me, the side quests aren't just side quests. They're kind of based on the story. You're getting to know these people. And I'm kind of hoping I'll see some of these people again. For example, the one that's sticking out of my head is the Bumblebee one, where, you help this boy get his dad back. Maybe I see the boy again. And maybe find out if that rabbit actually did get eaten by the honey blob.
I'm in the same boat because you learn more story. You learn more about the world. And it captures the one thing I liked about The Witcher 3 was you would just go into this town and you would find, okay, I'm here for this one thing. Oh, these people need help here. It makes it feel like there's more here than just one quest giver that's just going to send you to the next area. It's kind of fun when you're like, oh, I just completed the main story. Oh, wow. It is overwhelming because it's like, what is worthwhile? And it's going to be kind of interesting with alts to kind of figure out what's worthwhile. Somebody's going to make an add-on, I bet, that's going to change quests. And it'll be like, hey, this quest is a side quest. Go through it. But it is fun exploring things.
I think there is already an add-on. Basically, it tells you which quest to do to level fast. So it's like, okay, do this one, this one, this one, and this one. Skip these ones because it'll take too long.
So it's going back to the old level guides and level optimization that we had before.
Yeah, it just works with Tom probably pointing the way and all that stuff.
I don't know if I'm going to install those because I still like the exploration. Even on an alt, I would still like the exploration because I used to do the level optimization. I hated it, but I did to get through. I
did it on my alts. There was a Con Legion, I think it was. It just helped me out a lot.
Ali, what about you?
I like them a lot. There are some people suggesting that if it's a main quest, change the color of the exclamation point of the quest. You know, like purple or something not in use, which I think would be a good idea to denote, main quest versus side quest.
Yeah.
But I really like them. Like, they feel unique. It's not always just go here and kill 10 people. Sometimes it's other fun, different things, which has been really cool. It's one of those things where on one hand, like, I get frustrated because I'm like, I'm enjoying the main quest. Oh, look at this side quest over here. I want that now. And because I'm a completionist and I want to do all the things. And I have that add-on, which kills me because I want to do all the things. But I like them a lot. They're unique and it adds, some silliness and fun, and it's really good.
I had a thought based off what you said about the side quests, because I know, like, with daily quests, once you complete the first quest chain and it becomes daily, then it turns blue. What if after you complete it on a character, all future characters get that extra icon? That way, your first one, you get the exploration, but your alts can then know, okay, if you want to go through fast, you avoid those.
Yeah.
I actually have an add-on. Before I'm even get to that quest area type thing, the exclamation mark, it tells me on the map that there is a quest there, but it changes the color if it's a world quest, a repeatable daily, or a main quest.
Oh.
So I think world quests are kind of like a pinkish peach color. Regular quests are yellow, and I think repeatable one are green. I'm going off of memory. So I kind of know where those quests are.
It is fun because it feels like Skyrim. It feels like I'm in this zone. And that was one thing in the Q&A that Ian said. They want to really make it where you're not just on a rail to go through here. You can go wherever you want, and it's all going to work. It adds to the overall story.
I think they've wanted to do that for a couple expansions now. I think they really got it this time. We still have the last just few quests in Dressfar. We're almost done, but we keep getting distracted with side quests. But there's been so many of them that we can kind of pick and choose where we want to go. And I looked at my map, and there's still a couple other random quests elsewhere I haven't done for some reason. So it's fun, and I'm excited to level again and go through it all again more than I have been in a while.
It's called Grail, and I think I needed another add-on with it, but I don't remember.
Like Holy Grail.
Yeah.
We're Knights of the Round Table. We dance when we are able.
I probably asked for that.
What if I thought? I love it. Were you fishing for a pun?
No, really not, but I appreciate the offer.
I wonder, was Azshara fishing for an old god? Audio listeners, Ali is facepalming right now.
Oh, Frazley. It happened far less this episode than I was expecting. There's that.
I'm off my game right now.
No, you're good. Continue on. It's an amazing video. You should talk about that, okay?
So the Warbringers Azshara just came out, and by the way, it's also on Spotify and iTunes. The cinematic, I was watching this, I was like, wow. I've enjoyed every Warbringers up to this point. They're all different. They all have a different things. Like Jaina was song, Sylvanas was a little less song, a lot more dialogue, and then this one, it was more creepy when the Zoth comes out of the depths. I actually had a few jump scares. I mean, I jumped in my chair. I should have been recording myself because it was fun to watch.
I think we need to start seeing some Frazley reaction videos.
I streamed Until Dawn back when that came out years ago. That game actually used your PlayStation camera to record your video, and it knew when the jump scares would be. It would activate the camera at the right time, so that way you didn't see the light happen, but it activated the camera right when you wanted it. But I streamed that, and yeah, I jumped a lot. I didn't jump like Turarch with the moth, though, on the Converted podcast. There's a moth that, like, Turarch just, like, jumps. And actually, Turarch is going to be streaming horror games. So if you go to Turarch's VOD, you'll be able to see their horror game stream. That'll be a lot of fun. What was your thoughts on the Azshara?
I haven't seen it yet. Real life.
It's not that long.
It's so good.
It's really good. I still think I like Jaina a little better because that song, I love it very much. But that video, like, my jaw dropped multiple times.
Yeah.
I had to, like, pick it up a few times. I don't know what I thought she was going to do with the fish, like, when it first showed the fish, like, flopping around and stuff. But it was just really good, the whole thing. And when the fish started speaking to her, I'm like, oh, it's that fish. That's awesome. And it was...
All I'm thinking is now is that wall singing fish.
I'm Billy the Bass here.
Oh.
I'm a singing fish. I'm a singing...
The only reason why I'm thinking of that is because I've seen people post on Twitter the fish is on the plaque with the singing fish.
I've not seen that as a parody.
I read somewhere call him Flappy Boy.
Yes.
We have Flappy Boy. Now someone's calling him Flappy Boy. He's the old god fish. And he will F you up if you mess with him.
So, key note, don't mess with them.
Who was it that called it the old cod? I know BNN said old cod. I've been looking at the podcast episode titles that have come out. Oh, nice puns.
The depth of the story behind it and getting to see, like, what happened to her and how she is the way she is now and getting to see kind of where the Naga came from and everything. Oh, it was really good.
Well, in a way, I'm angrier with Azshara than even Sylvanas. Because Sylvanas is looking out for their people. Azshara just wants power.
I'll be muted so I can watch it because I apparently have to watch it now according to Twitch chat.
Yeah, it's not long. Go watch it.
Okay.
Frazley will have a live reaction from Emma in a few minutes.
It was really good. I like it a lot.
I liked how they used the art styles. So Wildhead had an analysis of the Azshara cinematic and going through different things, like so much depth to it that was just incredible. They pulled out what different weapons have said, what different things have said. And I looked into the sundering. They said Azshara could have really saved their people if they had done the same things that they did in Suramar, but Azshara waited till the last second to put up a weak force field against this giant wave. Of course it's not going to work.
Oh, and who knew that old gods would use fish to talk to you? I kind of don't trust many of the fish now in BFA because they might be, with N'Zoth.
Gives a whole new meaning to the Underlight Angler.
You don't have to step up your game. You know that, right? You're good.
I know, but I couldn't resist. What I loved, too, is when N'Zoth was like, I can give you all this stuff. And then Azshara was negotiating with an old god. I'm like, I would not negotiate with a god that could kill me in a second.
Took some guts. That was impressive. She's going to do horrible things this expansion. It's going to be awesome.
And now I'm so excited for where all of this is going.
Oh, I didn't mention my Wrathion theory.
Oh, Emma's gone.
Because everyone's wondering, where's Wrathion? So in Pandaria, he talked about seeing in the future and how Azeroth was going to fail. It was Legion, blah, blah, blah. And he was also talking about how he wanted the Horde Alliance to fight each other, and he was going to back whoever won. He basically feels like he's mandated to protect Azeroth at all costs, no matter what. And he's one of the few Black Dragonflight who's not corrupted by old gods. So what if he thinks that aligning with the old gods would save Azeroth? Or just trying to investigate them and take him down himself would save Azeroth. And so what if he's been off getting intimate with the old gods?
And could you see Wrathion being captured by the old gods?
I don't know if he would be captured or if he would try to be ballsy like Azshara and have dialogue with them and see. I don't know if the old gods would be trying to save Azeroth so they can just keep spreading their corruption or try to destroy Azeroth. But either way, I think Wrathion's been busy with the old gods. And I know you want your Gnome expansion, but I think the next one's going to be old gods.
Oh, I'm with you. I think it was Blizzard Watch that said right after BlizzCon, they said this is the expansion to kind of reset everything. It was an interview with, I think, Christy Golden that said that the story is going to be in trilogies. Legion was the end of one trilogy, or however that works. But stories going ahead are multi-expansion stories. And I think this is the start of the next area. It might be one of the analysis that was talking about how the old gods are playing us.
Oh, completely.
Someone mentioned how Sylvanas is being played.
I've thought a few times that old gods are using Sylvanas to sow those seeds of chaos. So we're busy fighting each other and getting mad at each other so they can go off and do their thing.
And was N'Zoth sleeping until the Sargeras sword? Because it is interesting. No, wait. This sundering happened years ago.
A long, long time ago.
Okay. But I wonder, was he sleeping before then? And then the sword woke him up.
Maybe.
Because we were partying, Deathwing woke up.
Yeah. It could be. And it'll be curious, knowing that in Blizzard's mind, they obviously have some kind of timeline plan for the future and future expansions beyond what we know in the lore and story. So I'm going to be really curious to see where they go after this.
Yeah. I could see Wrathion the same way where Jaina went away for an expansion.
Yeah, I think we're going to see him eventually, and we're going to find out what he's been up to. And maybe next expansion, you can get your Mechanomes to go against the old gods.
I still have the theory. I don't know where it came from, but Nobragon has something that's going to go against the old gods. I mean, Uldir is a Titan laboratory. We're going to find out a lot of big lore reveals in Uldir, I believe.
Well, at least a few.
The Inspection Gadget Quest reveals stuff that's happening. And then there's a thread on MMO Champion about how they've data mined some gnome stuff. They're saying that Mechanomes and Vulpure will be unveiled in 8.1 or 8.2.
Maybe.
I'm back.
What'd you think?
Didn't we kill Queen Azshara?
The Wrath of Azshara was in Legion, a dungeon.
Yeah, we haven't actually killed her herself.
Okay. For some reason I thought we did. It was really good. It was epic. Yeah, the Jaina one, I totally agree. I still like that one more. but it gets more into a story of how did she actually become the Queen of the Nagas. Like, we knew that the old god changed her, but there was no, like, I don't think there was any real story that I know of it happening.
And did you get jumped by any of the jump scares?
No.
Oh, I guess I'm just a scaredy gnome.
No, I got distracted by Cat.
Oh, okay.
Did the cat see the fish?
Well, it didn't help that I had sashimi on my desk, and there was a fish on the screen, you know. He may or may not have had some raw fish.
Well, and Jinx is actually an old god.
It would not surprise me in any shape, way, or form.
Because, I had a theory today on salad dressings. So you know how Jinx was trying to get salad dressing everywhere?
When he sat in salad dressing and got it everywhere?
Human beings like to try to avoid salad. We like junk food, but we are like, it's a salad! Run! So what if Jinx saw that? It was like, ooh, is salad dressing the way to kill a human?
Nah, he just likes to put his butt in everything, and salad dressing happened to be what he put it in that time.
Hey, Jinx is always the butt of all jokes.
But he's so cute and fluffy.
Well, I think it's time to talk with Kilrogg and see what they see.
Let's see what the wondrous, mysterious Kilrogg site foretells of the upcoming events in Azeroth.
Thank you for joining us on Kilrogg site, the upcoming event of September in World of Warcraft. Darkroom Fair starts September 2nd to the 8th. Don't forget your rep buff from the Ferris wheel, as it will be extremely helpful with all these new factions to get exalted. The micro holidays for this month is Trial of Styles. It was supposed to be August 17th to August 21st. It did get moved to August 31st to September 4th. So if you're listening to the recording, you might still have a day to do this. This is where you have a group of people who vote who has the best outfit for the theme. It keeps you on your toes. There should be a new outfit that you can buy if the pass shows anything. If not, it's still something fun to do. Harvest Festival starts on September 18th to 25th. This is a small celebration to honor the dead heroes, which is located outside Orgrimmar or Ironforge. So come join the celebration. Also, there'll be fireworks. This weekly bonus event for September is PvP Brawl Warzone Scramble, September 4th to 10th. Looking for something different or just love PvPing? Come and join the fun. Battle for Azeroth Dungeon event starts September 11th to the 17th. Pet Battle bonus is September 18th to the 24th. Time Walking Dungeon Kata is September 25th to October 1st. The main holidays this month is Pirate Day, which is a one-day event on September 19th. Now, if you're like me and still need to get the toy from the Pirate Day, you need to get an achievement called Vast E Admiral. To get this, you need to be hated with the goblins and exalted with the Blood Sail Buccaneers. But if you're exalted by both, you will not be able to pick up the quest to get the achievement. This was my issue last year. Other main holiday is Brewfest. Starts on the 20th to October 6th. This is a fun event. Drinking is the main event. There is a dungeon run with a dungeon boss, and you can get a possible 2 mounts, a Brewfest Kodo or the Brewfest Ram. There's lots of achievements, toys, pets to collect. So come down, try the ale. You won't regret it. Also, the new raid starts this month on September 4th for Normal and Heroic raid. September 11th, Mythic, and the first LFR wing will be open. September 25th, Raid Finder second wing will be open. And that is everything.
Wow. I can't believe Brewfest is already upon us again.
I know.
I'm so excited. I love Brewfest. Sucks because there's still so much I want to do. And now there's so many cool things coming up too. And I need to quit my job and just play WoW all the time.
Or somehow find WoW to become your job and, get paid to do it.
Yeah.
Yep, that'd work.
And then I forgot that Taco Pirate Day comes up real soon.
How do you not? Oh, that toy. It's amazing.
It is.
I want the toy so much, and I can't. I don't want to lose my Exalted. I'm Exalted with both. And I think they should...
another tune.
I've been meaning to farm it. I just need to farm someone to help me.
Toy only has a 30-minute cooldown, unfortunately. Mm-hmm. But if you're a Shadow Priest and you use it during your void form, which is like one of your main DPS forms, it actually, instead of coming out it comes out in yell. Instead of coming out in normal speech, it comes out in Old God speech, like that love letters and stuff.
Nice.
It's pretty awesome.
Silverbolt had done a convert to shenanigans last year, and we had done a Bloodsteel Pirates rep grind. I said, okay, the Monday before Pawtucket Pirate Day, I'm going to just work for like 3 hours on the rep, and I finally got it. And then the next day, they unveiled that toy. It was like, wow, that was perfect timing. And that same day, I also got to do a Frazley cast because we used to do Tuesday shows, and I got to talk like a pirate with the pirate hat.
I remember I was on that show.
Yes, that was fun. I had like pirate music and stuff like that.
And people got to hear my rant not being able to get it because there was a bug last year in the beginning of it where you couldn't do the quest chain in the beginning because you had to kill certain things, and they were gone. They took them out for Pirate Day because of the dance party on the beach. A lot of people were mad because they couldn't get the rep for the Bloodsteel Buccaneers.
Then they've hotfixed it now.
Yeah, they put the mobs somewhere else temporarily.
And then Trial Style is surprisingly happening in September, so Pirate Month.
Glad they moved it from the very beginning. That would have been horrible.
Yeah.
I totally forgot about it because I've just been so busy. So I am happy that they moved it because I got to get that new tier token, whatever it is.
I wonder what it could be.
I really want it to be pirate stuff.
Oh!
Okay, so I'm really bitter. My one complaint about BFA, my one major, pissed off complaint, the amazing leather new pirate hat. I can't get it on my clothy priest. I can't get it on my plate DK, at least that I know of. And I'm very bitter. My priest is a worgen. And it actually looks good on a worgen. No hats look good on a worgen, but this does. And I can't get it on my clothy, and I'm angry. I need my pirate hat.
Well, and the Bloodsteel Admiral hat is a cosmetic armor type, so why couldn't that hat be cosmetic armor type? I mean, the standard hats are cosmetic armor type. Well, they're also locked behind Winter Veil. That's another rank blister.
I wear them all the time.
Yes.
Frazley.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and now that you've said that, Blizzard will give you that option with Pirate Day, but it's only available to use as transmog on Pirate Day.
Yeah.
That's a mistake. I need it all the time. I need the new leather hat, the leather pirate hat, because
that turned into...
It's just simple and classic, and it's so good. No, just the ones that are just like greens that leather wearers can get right now, leveling in BFA. Just your classic tri-corner leather pirate hat, and it's really good. I like it a lot.
So when I get Thunder to 120 and make them Coltiran, I'll have the heritage armor because I'll level up another Coltiran to 120 for the armor. The leather hat. Ooh. And then Frazley will just wear the Bloodsteel hat. I like the red. Well, since we have Lady Emma on this episode.
Again.
The last episode, I have no clue why. I needed people that I could trust to behave on the episode, and I think they behaved on episode.
How'd that, it mostly worked out for you.
Yeah.
Mostly. It almost didn't. And I laughed the entire time.
I have no clue what Sesenta y Nueve has to do with anything. It goes over my head. A lot of things go over my head.
Yeah, and everyone missed the after show because instead of, saying 69, I was trying to get him just to say 6 a whole bunch of times, real fast. Wouldn't go for it.
Because I didn't know if you were going to make me prolong 6 to make another word.
No, just say it a whole bunch of times really, really fast.
I'm not demonic, so I'm not going to do that. And I already learned the trick about Apple and stuff like that, and ship, and there's other...
Has anyone got you to join the Pen 15 Club?
Someone tried, and then also on a youth group van ride when I was in youth group, they tried to have us all just randomly yell out a word. But I think since you're back again, it's time for the Trivia Lightning Round.
Woo!
So, this is one question per guest, but because we have time, we're going to do a whole card per guest. Lady Emma will ask Ali and I each a card, and then I will ask Lady Emma a card, and Twitch and Discord can steal the answer, and then tiebreaker, if we get there, is another card until someone wins. Twitch and Discord can't steal that one unless they are the person that is part of the tie. Now, one question I had is Twitch one person, or is it each person in Twitch?
If we're giving out prizes, I would say each an individual, but I'm just going to say Twitch as a whole.
Sounds good. And yeah, no prizes. I can barely afford Nickelodeon's on-demand streaming.
I hear you on that.
If I won every single time, sure. Hey, Frazley, you can buy this. Okay, yeah.
All right, who wants to go first?
How about Ali?
A or B?
A.
What is the capital city of the orcs in Kalimdor?
Orgrimmar.
Yeah, that was a warm-up.
I was going to say, that's easy.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'm going to suck at the rest, but hey, let's keep going.
Hey, you never know.
Wait, I thought it was Darnassus.
Well, it's going to be Darnassus soon.
No, it's not. No.
Burn.
Oh, shush.
How many whelps does a player need to kill in 15 seconds to receive the title Jenkins?
I did that one forever ago. 50?
That is correct.
Nice.
What 5 colors represents the dragon empowerment by the Titans who watch over Azeroth?
Red, green, blue, black, and what would be bronze?
That is correct. I thought you said you weren't going to do well on this.
Well, let's see what the other questions are. Some stuff I'm really good at and some stuff I'm really not.
What was the first mount offered through the Blizzard store? There was a nickname.
I don't know at all.
All right, I'm going to give you a hint. The nickname was Sparkle Pony.
Oh, is the Celestial Horse?
Celestial Steed, but I'll give it to you. What monster race infested Gnomeregan, forcing the gnomes to irrigate it?
Evacuate.
No, it's irrigate, hon. It's IRRADIATE.
Radiate.
That would be the Trogs.
That is correct.
I was like, you should know this, Ali, because you just did an
It
episode.
would be really sad if I didn't. Honestly, it's been a long week, so at first I couldn't think about it. So I'm really glad that my friend was distracting you. Thank you.
No problem.
It gave me a second to think.
Which Shah do players face as a final boss of the Terrace of the Endless Spring raid?
I always mix up which one's a which. That would be the Shah of...
You can talk it out. Just try and figure out where all the other Shahs are if need be.
Well, I know all their names. I just always forget like which one is where. Because there's... I'm going to say Shah of Pride.
I'm sorry, that is not it.
That's okay.
Audience, you can steal this one, so I'll give you a few minutes for it to catch up. All right, there is no one saying anything in chat. The answer to it is the Shah of Fear.
Oh, I was thinking Shaw of Anger. Yeah.
All right, so that's 5 out of 6.
Nice.
Frazley, I think you got the harder car.
Yay.
Sorry. Why not?
The Shadowpan Monastery is located high up in the mountain of which zone?
Kunlai Summit.
That is correct.
My first character after coming back to WoW in Legion was a monk.
What are the 4 druid class specialization?
Balance.
Mm-hmm.
Feral.
Mm-hmm.
Nihar and I just did these puns last night in Discord.
I'm really laughing at you. In the
Restoration.
No.
Uh-huh. One more. It's the tank one.
What do tanks do? Not protection.
No, it's not protection. I should know this. I should know.
Technically, there's a lot in Stormwind. Technically.
Okay.
And they're very helpful if you don't know where anything is.
Guard.
Guard.
Guardian.
There you go.
There we go.
Oh, thank you, Nihar. And thank you.
That conversation was ridiculous.
Who is the High Priestess of Elune and racial co-leader of the Night Elves? We saw her a lot last expansion, especially in one zone.
Taronda Windrunner?
Fix the last name.
Yeah.
She's not Sylvanas' sister. Come on. You got the W right.
Is it kind of breezy in here?
You said Windrunner, but I know you didn't mean that.
No, I didn't mean that.
Would you say she talks...
Whisper Wind.
There we go.
Thank you.
We're not giving Frazley any handicaps.
He got the first name right. It's
Yeah.
fine.
And I just listened to Before the Storm.
There's so much, similar names.
Yeah.
I'm going to totally, might mess up this one. What is the name of Trillion's powerful weapon that could smite the undead with such force that it left only ashes?
The Ashbringer.
Yay!
Well done.
I should know that from Jill.
The Flamehound, Ripple Limb, and Rageface serve which Fireland boss?
Ragnaros.
No.
Okay.
Chat, do you want to steal it? Alright, I'm going to assume chat has no clue or don't want to answer. It's Shanox.
Ah, yes, because I was thinking of, it was that one that prowls around. After I said Ragnaros,
That's the
Yeah.
one.
Ragnaros is the very last boss. Alright, last question. What type of NPC allows player to change the location of their Hearthstone?
Innkeeper.
That's easy.
That's correct! Yay!
I should hope I know that one.
So far right now, you guys are tied.
Okay, nice.
Alright. Frazley, you better pick an easy card here.
This one might be easy. The Exodar is located on which isle?
Wow, my mind's going a blank. Oh, hold on. There I was. No, it's Azurmith Isle?
Yes, that is correct.
Yay! 1 point for me.
Elec are the racial mount of which race?
Draenei?
That is correct.
Sounds like this card's all Draenei questions.
Better not be.
Oh.
Cheating.
Wow. This next question. Wow. It's amazing that this is stuff from Cataclysm.
Well, it's actually from Pandaria. These cards are from Pandaria.
Okay. Which paladin, along with his companion, Alaria Windrunner, have yet to be seen in the World of Warcraft?
Oh, is it that paladin dude that we meet up in the thingy in the spaceship? Because I don't know his name. I just know of him, and he's like all full of the light, isn't it? No, yeah, he's all full of the light.
Emma, you said the name to Frazley on the earlier question. Wait, who said that in the audience? It's the one with the Ashbringer.
Oh, Trillion!
Thank you, random guest in the audience.
Yeah, so very well.
Oh, I'm not going to remember his name. Okay, they needed something in there for Ashbringer. God.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to not finish what I was going to say.
I thought it was interesting that this question here is like, wow, that question is no longer accurate.
Because we do see him in game now. Thank you, audience.
What is the name of the race that will be unveiled in 8.1? No, that's not. What type of equipment is bound to an account, allowing the owner to mail it to other characters on the same server?
Heirloom?
That is correct.
Yay!
I thought even heirlooms were account bound, but it's only a server.
Well,
It's
that's
only-
outdated now because now you don't have to actually mail it. Now it's just in the UI.
Yeah.
Who became Ragnaros' second major domo, Arigato, protecting the entrance of Sulfurian Keep in the Firelands?
Did you actually say the name?
No. I said domo
Okay.
Arigato.
The second command? Wasn't it Major Domo? I'm so confused with the question.
Second major domo.
Oh, Major Domo's second in command?
Major Domo was like a rank name, like commander, lieutenant, that kind of thing.
And this was in Firelands?
Yes.
I remember him, and he had the quest, not quest, achievement where of the patience that everyone always messed up.
Oh yeah, only the penitent. I hate that achievement. I have it, but I hate it.
See, I found it was easy as long as you didn't lag. I always call him just Major Domo. I didn't know that was a thingy. Command's place. I don't know.
You're getting there.
Yeah, get in there.
Was I know he goes into a kitty and he goes into a scorpion. That's all he turns into, right?
Keep with the S sound. Yeah?
Starly? I don't know.
You were close. Chat, do you want to steal this?
I swear it was just called Major Domo. Who would put names after Major Domo? Come on, it's Major Domo.
Major Domo, arigato, Mr. Roboto, da-da-da-da.
Matt, please steal the question, please. Save me.
It was Major Domo Staghelm.
Oh, I would not remember that. I really
see how you were close. You were just like getting there.
I could see you knew the name in your head. Well, your final question. Players must confront Millhouse Manastorm. Everything's coming up Millhouse before they encounter the first boss of which Cataclysm dungeon?
Oh. That sounds so wrong.
I wasn't gonna say anything.
I know this. I actually know this one.
I think you've asked me this one on a previous episode.
Stone Core.
That is correct.
Yay!
So now, what is the score, Emma?
So we have Ali at 5 out of 6. We have Frazley 5 out of 6. And we have Emma 5 out of 6.
Okay.
So, because if my boyfriend will lovely help us, I'm going to give him a random card.
Malorn Rymant is a raid tier set for which class?
Warrior.
No.
Warlock?
No.
Shaman?
No.
Paladin?
No.
Druid?
Yes.
Nice.
Which is kind of cheating. I mean, we're going to get to it eventually.
You're going to go through them all, so eventually you get it.
Yeah.
That means Ali is the winner of trivia.
Woo!
And with this, Ali wins an all-expense-paid trip to the island of Koltiris.
Will there be rum?
Yes. Lots.
There's always rum. I actually have a bottle of rum right beside me. Sailor Jerry. Oh, and hold on. I also have... What do I have here? I also have Captain Morgan.
There you go.
This one is Spice Rum 100.
Ooh, that's a good one.
My favorite one is the Captain Morgan Black.
Oh, yes.
And we will send you with the official Alliance medallion that you can see on camera, even though it will stay here in the studio.
But it's mine, officially, so...
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so if Frazley dies ever, which we hope never happens, it will have to be sent to Ali.
Until the next trivia winner that I forget that Ali won it and I give them the prize. Then there'll be a fight over my will when I'm all dead. People are like, I won it! No, I won it! Okay, who was the first one to win on the podcast? Oh, it was Ali. Okay, there you go.
And then I secretly just, make it disappear.
Yes.
Hey, now.
I did work for a magician for many years.
I forgot about that. Wow. Episode did we talk about that?
I don't remember.
Either.
I just went into a box and got stabbed by swords. Frazley, are you okay?
Breathe. And we're breathing in and out.
I don't know why that was so funny. Thank you, bro, for joining us tonight on Frazzlecast. Where can we find you on the interwebs?
You can find me at Ali_K on Twitter. You can find my show Dungeon Fables wherever you find your favorite shows, and on Twitter at Dungeon Fable. No S, because some jerk took the S.
I think you should put in a ticket and try and get that S.
There is a guy who has Dungeon Fables. He has like one follower, doesn't even use it, and I am very bitter.
You can probably steal it.
I looked it up to see if there's a way I can get it, and it looks like there isn't. So
I think people have been able to if they're inactive long enough.
They're pretty inactive, so I'm going to have to look it up.
Okay.
It's the same way with World of Warcraft. I want both Frazley and Frazzle on where I'm at. I'm Fraz, because I can't get either of those names. Somebody new is coming to Airy Peak, or maybe Frazley, just the popular name. And Lady Emma, where can we find you?
The most easiest place you can find me will be on Twitter at Lady_Emma. I do respond to any posts that you ask me or talk to me, even if you say hi. If you just follow me, I probably won't follow you back. You actually have to interact. I do offer lock cookies.
And they're Golden free.
Definitely. They're very delicious. Don't forget to eat my lock cookies.
Take care.
I'm back at my home of Ironforge until we one day reclaim Nomergon. Which means it's time for a quick rundown of news. So last week I got it wrong on the allied races. It is Mag'har Orcs and Dark Iron Dwarves. I said Zandalari Trolls last episode. I promise, I wasn't trolling you. You finish the Horde War campaign and you get exalted with the Honorbound. And Blizzard has given a clarification on 7th Legion and Honorbound reputation. If you faction change, it will convert into the opposite faction's equivalent reputation, but you will need to complete the war campaign again to unlock the race. There was a World Quest exploit that was happening, and I won't discuss the exploit here, but Blizzard has said that they are aware of this exploit and have been working on a fix, and they are also taking action against those who are abusing it. You might be wondering where Harrison Jones is. Well, they've been missing because of the Snicks. It makes sense. And as of this past week, the artifact knowledge is starting to increase. The value of AP gained will grow by 3% now, and Wildhead has information on the exact math behind it. Again, math is hard for me, so I just know we get smarter each week. I am so smart. I am so smart. SMART. There were a lot of hotfixes. We got our Pharaoh Druid changes, and also they outlined what is to come for the spec. Azerite armor from Dungeons is now tradable. Community Manager Yithans, I think that's how it sounds. Let me know if I got it wrong, and let me know how to pronounce it, please. They have posted more about mob scaling, and if you faction change, flight paths will no longer disappear. And battle pets can now be transmuted and learned from a quivering sack that alchemists can make. There were a couple of changes to the auction house deposit, so Blizzard has said our current plan is to increase the deposit cost of some professional materials on a per stack basis, which should provide incentive for players to post items in larger stacks. Here's an example. Let's say that a player is trying to sell 200 tie-sprayed linens for 10 gold each. Today, each item has the normal deposit cost of 1 copper, with a 1 silver minimum deposit. So one auction of 200 linens requires a deposit of 1 silver, and 200 auctions of 1 linen each add up to a total deposit of 2 gold. Now imagine an additional 20% deposit added to the listing fee per auction. With an asking price of 10 gold each, that makes the deposit by 2 gold per stack. In the case of 1 stack of 200 linen, the total buyout price is 2,000 gold. And the new deposit is 2 gold, 1 silver. In the case of 200 individual stacks, the new deposit of an additional 2 gold per stack brings the total deposit up to 402 gold. In either case, the deposit is returned to the seller if the item sells. Successful auctions aren't affected by this change. And they said that this will be a temporary measure as they are working to broadly improve the default auction house in the future. And they said that it's clear to them that many players use add-ons because they find the default auction house interface inadequate. I mean, I use TSM, so this is a short-term fix, but they are working on overall improvements to the auction house. And you know, as it's getting colder in the fall, at least over here in the United States, the Blizzard Gear Store has its fall collection. And Wowhead has a discount code for a free gift, and it supports the amazing work of Wowhead. And World of Warcraft has partnered with Jujubee for the Cute But Deadly Bags March of Murlocs. And Ian Hassakostas was the keynote speaker for a PAX Storytime session. Wowhead has a live log, and I know Thist was watching every second of it. It kind of went over Ian's history, Warcraft history, and there was a lot of information to kind of browse through. I glanced through it. Really cool. And like I said last episode, the BlizzCon virtual ticket is coming very soon. The BlizzCon All Access Kickoff Show live stream, man, that's a lot of words, is September 12th at 3 p.m. Pacific. Blizzard says they will have BlizzCon 2018 reveals, a goodie bag unboxing, and the first in-game item for Overwatch, and more. I wonder what the World of Warcraft stuff is. If this is your Diablo, we'll get some Diablo stuff. Ooh. And Warbringer Azshara music is now available on iTunes and Spotify. And Blizzard has also worked with Artitude to create some street art posters about the Warbringer cinematics. These look really cool, and they're like art that I would see on the street. Well, I mean, that's because it's street art. Duh, Frazley! And this is an interesting one. If you watch Tom Clancy's Jack Ryan between now and September 5th on Prime Video, and you have to have Twitch Prime added to it, they will give you 400 bits to then be used on different Twitch channels. So there is no link to this, but if you go into your Twitch Prime loot, there's a link to click, and that will let it then tell Amazon to watch what you're going to do. So, I mean, I'm going to watch Jack Ryan later on, because then I can get 400 bits to then cheer on to people that I know. And I use a Fitbit, so this news is very interesting. Yahoo Finance has an article about how Fitbit has 150 billion hours of heart rate data. The consensus is this could be interesting. I've been hearing about how the heart rate on these trackers, like the Apple Watch, Fitbit and Samsung Gear watches and even the Vivo Smart from Garmin. They aren't 100% accurate like some of the medical devices out there, but it's the trends, and it really is the trends in the data. So it'd be interesting what Fitbit does with this data. As I'm talking right now, Fitbit's getting my heart rate data, so it knows how a podcaster's heart rate gets up when they're recording stuff. And they've also announced the new Fitbit Charge 3. I'm a Fitbit fanatic, so it is $150. It's released in October. It's redesigned with Gorilla Glass. It's waterproof, and there's a bigger model for $170 with Fitbit Pay. I keep waiting for my banks to be added to Fitbit Pay, so right now I have to still use my phone because there's a gas station nearby that I've been using Apple Pay with, but it doesn't yet work with Fitbit. Come on, my banks, get into Fitbit Pay. Speaking of Apple, though, Apple's having an event on September 12th. It'll be in Apple Park, and it's called Gather Round. Round Apple Watch? New Round Mac Pro? Apple acquiring the world or the sun? We'll find out soon. Oh, it's the moon! Manufacturing plant on the moon. Okay, I get to really see that. Yeah. I've got some news that we've known has been coming, but it makes me sad to know that Stefan Karl of LazyTown has passed away. Stefan Karl played Robbie Wrathion on LazyTown. I aged out from that before it was a show that was on when I was a kid. So it was like after all the stuff, like I was on the tail end when Blue's Clues started. LazyTown came after that. But I watched it with my niece and nephew. Stefan Karl always put enthusiasm into their work. And you could tell, I know it might have gotten dismissed as a kid's show, but Stefan Karl was an amazing actor. And they're the one, if you've seen the We Are Number One memes, like We Are Number One, but every time they say the number one, something happens, and like the We Are Number One over and over again. But there's a lot of these things that were put there to show Stefan Karl how much that it's affected their lives. And they have a campaign right now where they're trying to get the YouTube channel of Stefan Karl up to 1 million subscribers. They're at 776,000 right now. And I think we could get that up to 1 million. So definitely go check that out and check out LazyTown. I mean, it was a cool one about being active. It actually had some good messages. Thank you for being an inspiration to all of us to put everything and put our all into what we do, no matter what it is. You absolutely are number one, Stefan Karl. One thing about gaming is that you can work up an appetite while playing. My friends Michael Haidt and Michael Levine of Food and Fury podcast have just the treat for you. Prepare for your well-fed buff with Food and Fury Snackzeroth edition. Take it away.
It's time to gather your sword and board. Let's enter the kitchen with Food and Fury. 3, 2, 1.
Hey everybody, and welcome to Food and Fury Snackzeroth edition, where we deliver you a war-forward snack each week with enough buffs to help you with your battle for Azeroth. Whether you've made a roasted boar meat or you've conjured a mage table, we welcome you to Food and Fury. This is Food and Fury Snackzeroth edition, episode 2. I'm Michael Haidt. Joining me today, the legend, the druid, the PvP machine, Mike Levine. Hello.
Hey, Food Fam. Good to have you back. Glad to be back. Let's get rolling, Mike.
So, Mike, I have some unfortunate news.
Oh, yeah? What's wrong, man? Daughter of the Sea getting you down?
Oh, Jaina. So it turns out our PvP high fives may have been for naught.
Oh, yes.
So we were there doing some nasty stuff in our Demon Hunter and our Druid, tanking with some feral craziness as
man.
we joined our forces and started our journey to 120. we were a couple days late, and, we had some cross-faction situations in war mode.
Yeah, we were just doing our own thing, minding our business, and, a couple Alliance guys came by.
So we run on over, and we're like, should we try it? Should we do the flag? Let's do it. So we jump in, and we just destroy everything, right?
Everything!
So we are like we were high-fiving across the podcasting table.
Yeah.
And we are just like, we're the man, we're the best. And all of a sudden, it turns out that they had to hotfix the game because 110s were totally OP in PvP.
What, we get a little deflated there, right?
So it seems like we're going to have to earn those badges a different way.
Maybe next time, right?
Maybe next time.
So each week, we will be boosting your cooking skill with one recipe for success. You can always find the recipe and more on our website at foodandfury.com.
You know, Mike, sometimes I like snacks in my WoW time that are a little salty, and sometimes I like them a little sweet. But I have a feeling that chocolate cake is something that we all need a little bit more of in our lives. But it takes just too much time that might cut into that important farming time for mats that you might need for raiding.
Have no fear, my friend, with too many alts, because this week we are bringing you a microwave version of a molten chocolate cake that will be ready in minutes. It's warm and it's decadent with just enough chocolatey goodness to be the perfect melty, satisfying dessert on your game night, my friend. It won't take you as long as a molten core run, but it will guarantee you that sweet, sweet loot.
So just like those tier 2 pants, this is a recipe you're looking for.
Get your spoons equipped and let's get our chocolate on. Okay, Mike, what do we need?
All right, you're going to need 2 sticks of butter, an 8-ounce bag of dark chocolate, 3/4 cup of flour, 3/4 cup of sugar, and a little bit of salt, and 4 eggs.
All right, so I got my mats. Now, how do I put this bad boy together?
All right, so you're going to take your room temperature butter, you're going to chop it all up and throw it in a glass bowl with your chocolate. Melt that in the microwave for about 60 seconds. Now grab another bowl with a fork and mix together the flour, the sugar, the salt, and the eggs. Find 4 of your mismatched mugs from your Aunt Rose that are hopefully safe in the microwave and divide the goop evenly in those 4 mugs. Then you're going to take those good old mugs and throw them in your microwave between 1 and 2 minutes. If you like your cakes a little bit more firm, go higher. If you like them more gooey and molten and wonderful, go closer to the lower time. While this is making you drool in the microwave as it spins and starts to count down, make sure you aren't AFK for the ready check as you grab your toppings. You can go a la war mode and grab your favorite vanilla ice cream. You can even get some whipped cream and a maraschino cherry to put it on top.
Ooh.
If you want to go a little nutty, get yourself some peanut butter sauce or even some of that good old-fashioned fluff.
Nothing like a little nuttiness.
If you want to go mythic, here's what you do. When you're mixing together the ingredients, put in about a teaspoon of orange zest, or if you want to go a little salty and sweet, sprinkle on a little pinch of kosher salt to bring out the best of both worlds before you add any toppings. Mike, is it your birthday?
Nope.
Well, it doesn't need to be your birthday to have some delicious chocolate cake. We brought you the warm, decadent, chocolatey delicious goodness that can stand its ground against anything you buy in a package. So you won't care if it gets on your hands, your shirt, or in your mouth. This is the chocolate where it matters the most, especially on game night.
Yes!
So I think that's going to do it for our Food Buff for All. With a little prep time before you log on, you can enjoy this decadent treat without losing the quality game time that you might lose from a complicated dessert. If you get a chance, check out our food and cooking podcast, Food and Fury. This week, we're tackling the best chocolate chip cookies you've ever put in your face. You can find this show, social media, and its recipes at foodandfury.com. That's going to do it for us, for me, and for Mike. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Did you know Coltrane's in that opening? That is awesome. Hey, Coltrane, if you're listening, just know you're awesome. I admire you. You're amazing. Well, thank you, Michael and Mike. That chocolate mug cake sounds delicious. Before we go off to eat and play WoW, what time is it?
Let's look at what has been happening in the community.
Awesome. Let's do that. So Christy Golden has been someone I've been loving to follow on Twitter because they're always positive, always inspirational. I've been enjoying seeing their reactions to the response to Before the Storm. Well, this week they posted, Blizz fans, we read your tweets. We follow your links. We share pics of your cosplay and art and hilarious memes here on Twitter and show them around on our phones at work. We love that you love what we love and love to create for you. We love you. Smiley face, heart emoji. So that's awesome. Blizzard may not always be able to respond to everything. I've heard from people that Blizzard is always seeing what the community is doing. I even saw when I was on one of the Lagging Balls streams on a Friday night, the Blizz Cafe will routinely have a stream up of different streamers, different podcasts, just different YouTube channels. So definitely know Blizzard is watching. Always watching, Mike Wazowski. Always watching. And I did not know this. There is a Blizzard Museum. So part of the Life at Blizzard blog series, they released one about the Blizzard Museum. The museum is updated a couple times per year with a different theme. The items can come from promotional pieces, fan-made items, work from the team, and more. There's a blog post with interviews and pictures of the different themes over the years. And there's a vault that houses 25 years of Blizzard history. That is awesome. So September is coming back again this year, and Twitch has an amazing thing this year. So I saw this was posted by @Richard on Twitch, and this was retweeted by my friend Zortz, and they said that all users who have been gifted a Twitch subscription can renew their sub for just $1 and continue their streak. Twitch will cover the difference in revenue payout for its content creators. That is awesome. So yeah, Twitch has been amazing for content creators. They have empowered so many people to be able to connect with an audience and do live streams. I watch a lot of live streams every week. Oh boy, I hope there's not ever a Twitch counter of how many things I watch, because again, I will tune into different streams. I get to meet up with people like the Scruffy Druid is the one that I watch a lot. Zorts, I will catch their streams. I watch Convert to Raid. There's a lot of really cool people on Twitch. And don't forget that the 2018 Arena World Championship fall season is starting real soon. So signups are opening up in September, and winners will go on to BlizzCon. And just a reminder, the cosplay exhibition registration is still open. So the exhibition deadline is October 15th. This is not the costume contest, which is the top 25, but in this one, you get to walk the stage on Friday afternoon. So if you didn't make it into the top 25, or if you just want to show off your awesome cosplay, definitely register for the cosplay exhibition. Don't let the fear stop you. If you love your work, someone else will love your work too. I always admire the honest game trailers of Smosh games. They have one about World of Warcraft Battle for Azeroth edition. I may disagree with some of the stuff, but I am a Blizzard fandom, so I'm not going to fully say that I'm not being biased and not liking what they said. I mean, they raised up some good points, but I still laughed along the way with this honest game trailer. And I found 2 new fan-made music videos this week. There's one that is called A Turtle Made It to the Water. I still have yet to see where this meme comes from, but I know it. I'm sharing this because this is awesome. And Nisha on Twitter redid Make a Man Out of You from Mulan and made the song I Will Make a Tank Out of You. So they have a video about that because they had made the lines on Twitter and I liked them. So then they went ahead and made it into a music video. So really cool. And speaking of more music, Video Games Live had a concert at Gamescom and it was dedicated to World of Warcraft. So they have released a video of the performance and it's really cool. And again, speaking of really cool stuff that's online now and has just been released, the WoW Diary Kickstarter has now launched. This is by John States, who designed and built half of Vanilla WoW's dungeons and raids. They've already raised over $225,000 as of this recording, and it just keeps going up and up. It is going on until September 25th, and it's really cool. They had an interview on the Countdown to Classic podcast, and they also had an AMA on Reddit. I have a link to both in the show notes. And don't forget that the Running of the Gnomes 2018, the 9th year, returns on October 13th. By October 13th, you won't forget because I'm going to keep mentioning it every week. It will happen on the Scarlet Crusade US at 7 p.m. Eastern, and donations are open to raise support for the Cleveland Clinic's toy vaccine, a vaccine that can prevent triple-negative breast cancer, which is often hereditary and the most deadly form of breast cancer. So definitely go out and support the Gnome Run, and I hope to see you along the raceway. And lastly, I want to express my grief and sadness about what happened in Jacksonville, Florida last Sunday. I have no adequate words to describe my sadness. Christy Golden posted a tweet that spoke loudly to me. Christy said, "We need to be positive in our own geeky communities now more than ever. There's much that we can't control, but we can control our own actions and behavior. Be kind. The world too often is not." And from the Lagging Balls Discord, there is a GoFundMe page. It is called #GamersGiveBack, GLHF. The description is to stand in our solidarity with you and the rest of the gaming community. A fundraiser has been started to cover funeral costs, medical costs, counseling, and other costs incurred from this horrendous tragedy. The response from the gaming community has been so great that they have posted they are working on charity organization status, and GoFundMe has contacted them directly as of Update 1 posted 4 days ago. Well, thank you for joining me this week for Frazlecast. I am Frazley, and you can find the show at frazlecast.com. Until next week, be awesome.
Buxley may cause drowsiness. Buxley here to answer your World of Warcraft questions in this edition of Ask Buxley. This question is about herbalism. Dear Buxley, what can you tell me about herbalism? Herbalism? That guy? Oh, Mr. Herbalism is the vendor way out on the coast of Zuldazar. Herb has a lot of great deals on... Wait a minute, you mean flower picking? Well, that's different. Herbalism is fairly easy, but it can be confusing. You can be out in the middle of the jungle with plants all over the place, and yet you can't pick any of them. Then other times you'll see plants sticking to the wall or the side of a tree, which you can pick. You have to be very careful of these. Most of those are real, but there are some jokers in Azeroth that think it's pretty funny to suction cup fake herbs to walls. If you hear a loud pop like this, then that's a fake herb. People that practice herbalism are pretty easy to spot. You can be riding around discussing strategies about how to handle a particular bad guy, and the next thing you know, you're riding alone. You look for your companion, and they're way behind you, staring at a flower. Now, don't get me wrong, herbs are great. You just have to be sure that if you're with an herbalist, you aren't in a field of flowers before you go charging off into battle. Thanks for your question. If you'd like to see what I'm up to every day, follow Ask Buxley on Twitter. You can listen to the archives at AskBuxley.com. Herbs are money, friend!
Have you ever been in a dungeon and asked, how does this dungeon fit into the lore? Or, what is the significance of the boss in the story? Or even, seriously, Kyle, you have to go to the bathroom right now? Well, each week, Dungeon Fables answers 2 of those 3 questions. Dungeon Fables is available wherever podcasts are found, and is a proud member of the Weekly Awesome family of podcasts. Reach Dungeon Fables on Twitter at Dungeon Fable, because someone else took the S.
You know every morning what I love to eat? A bowl of delicious... Wait, what is that product called again? Gnome Loops. That's right, a bowl of delicious Gnome Loops. These sugar-laden Mechanostrider-shaped pieces taste great with chocolate milk. You know the coolest part? Unlike other cereal, it is all marshmallows. No more having to dig out the marshmallows. Pick up a box today from your local vendor.
Welcome to the Frazley Report, a short news report by me, Frazley, the awesome gnome, to deliver your World of Warcraft news. I hope everyone has been enjoying Battle for Azeroth. I know I sure have. The Azshara cinematic that was released was amazing! I love the feel! N'Zoth is so creepy. I always knew something was watching me. Things have been happening recently, so I've been in the studio late at night recording these episodes, and things happen. Like you'll hear a sound, but no one's there. Like that. That's probably nothing. That is probably just the air conditioner system. It always likes to act up here. Okay, now I know that's real. Who's out there?
Frazley, look into the food you're eating.
Oh, these goldfish? Oh my gnome! What is happening? This goldfish is looking at me.
I am Ugath, the god that makes you vendor things on accident, crashes WoW, and makes your add-ons break.
That seems like a pretty ridiculous set of skills, if I may be so bold as to say that, Ugath. Plus, I can't believe you with that voice.
Silence, mortal! You shall not laugh at my powers. Don't you remember when you vendored your weather-beaten fishing hat for the 2nd time, and you could not get it back?
Wait, you did that?
Yes. And I can offer you much more power, too.
Oh, yeah. What power can the god that makes add-ons break do for me? I mean, N'Zoth has some pretty cool skills. That whole empire and such.
I can make your add-ons never break. I know you use quite a few add-ons. Are you tired of the Lua errors? They will never break again. Not even after a patch.
Ugath, what do I have to do to sign up? Blood oath? Give you a kidney? Sacrifice my first old deer raid loot to you?
Oh no, you don't have to do anything that extravagant. Just click this link in this email, and it will download into your computer.
Ugath, there's a pop-up that says, if an old god who has wimpy powers is asking you to download this program, don't click yes, or you are out of your mind. What do I do?
Don't worry about that. Just click the button that says, I am sure that I am out of my mind.
Okay.
Excellent, my puppet. Now finish the report.
This has been the Frazley Report. Until next time, be awesome. Oh, and make sure to click all links from old gods and emails that come your way. Check your inbox in the next 5 minutes. It might have gone to spam.
You know every morning what I love to eat? A bowl of delicious... Wait. Sorry, you heard this ad at the beginning of the episode. I got my podcast ads mixed up. Here's the other ad for this episode. We thought of putting 5 in the middle of the episode. You know the standard podcast ad formula. 7 60-second ads for every 1 minute of audio.
Ready for a high-intensity music extravaganza? Ryko Pizza is proud to present the most insane festival ever, the Pineapple on Pizza Rock Concert. Here only for bands that love pineapple on pizza. As all other bands stink. Get tickets at your local Galactic box office today.
Attention. Have you or someone you love become tired of listening to the same old World of Warcraft podcasts? Have you converted one too many weekly instances into lagging roundtables? Then come on down and listen to the only show for the everyday World of Warcraft player, the Unshackled Fury podcast. With insider analysis from two players who've seen it all and probably taken one too many shots to the head, the Unshackled Fury podcast covers all the news and notes you need to know in and out of the world of Azeroth. So come download the show now on SoundCloud, iTunes, Stitcher, and Google Play today.
The Unshackled Fury podcast contains strong language, and listeners of the show must be accompanied by an adult at all times. Listen responsibly.
Greetings, gamers. This is Mewcow, your guide in treating a common gamer condition called altitis. Despite first impressions of this expansion, there is room for alts. While Legion heavily encouraged us to go alt crazy in a class-based way, Battle for Azeroth is going all in on factions. It is true that focusing on your main character is going to be the best bang for your buck, but you are missing out on the other half of the story if you aren't playing both sides. If you haven't already done so, the order I found most fitting was to do the Horde opening quest line to their new faction city, and then do the same on the Alliance. This seems to follow the flow of the full story's timeline, without much backtracking. I then found that resuming the Horde story to its completion, and then working on the Alliance side, made the most sense chronologically. The Alliance will then see even more preemptive actions from the Horde as they continue their story, further confirming their intentions. This seems to echo the events of the pre-expansion patch content, and we know how Blizzard loves to telegraph how an encounter will play out. I'm sure as we look back on these events, there will be no doubt that the Horde shot first. If you have questions, tips, or want to discuss a topic further, find us on Twitter at altitis.net, and show notes can be found on our website, altitis.net. On behalf of the Alt Army, we hope you find this information useful in the treatment of your altitis.
Frazzlecast is a fan podcast that covers Blizzard games. We are not affiliated with Blizzard Entertainment. Views expressed by the host and guests are their own. Some of the art, music, and sound effects come from Blizzard games and are owned by Blizzard Entertainment, Inc. No copyright infringement is intended.
Want more awesomeness every week? Visit weeklyawesome.com. Weekly podcasts to make your week better. Remember to smile and be awesome.